What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Space Hulk Ascension, where we are in a pretty good position right now. I'm happy with our spot. I'm really happy with our spot, and I think it's going to work out for us. I don't think that there's any real chance that most of this is going to go wrong. I hope that it doesn't. Obviously, I would prefer that everything go right from here on out, but these guys are actually almost in a striking position. But you see the move that they've made right there? Very intelligent move on the part of the AI, because that means that I can't really move forward because I could be walking into a Broodlord right now. So, because of that, we're just going to hang out right here. I'm going to reload him real fast to make sure that on his next turn he's got something nice to send the enemy's way. He does have proximity mines. Might be worth the effort to put down a proximity mine. Yeah, let's put down a mine, and then we'll step him back. And so that would be pretty much the perfect counter move to what they just did right there. I think that that's more or less the best that we can accomplish. If indeed that it tends to be a Broodlord, if it is, it was moving kind of slowly, so it might be a Broodlord. The landmine is going to help soften it up before it gets to the front line, and hopefully will allow this guy. Stigner might lose it right here. That's the thing. That's the only thing you got to be worried about, is there is the potential that Stigner might not make it. We got a couple of enemies back in over here. Did I not end the turn before I... Wait a minute. Did I not end my turn before I... I don't think I ended my turn before I, like, ended the last episode. This is weird. Okay. I think I'm going to make a concerted effort right here. And that's just like a normal effort, just with, like, a lot more violins and, like, cellos and things. I'm actually thinking on this side it might be a decent idea to just sort of like foolproof this situation. Now that he's here... Yeah, I don't think that I actually... Oh well, I'll get him in position for next turn. It's fine. I'll bypass this turn in just a second. I don't know why I did that. I should have ended my turn. Usually I try and end the turn before I end an episode because it's weird coming back after like a bathroom break or after like a lunch break to like being in the middle of a turn. It's very strange, and I don't like it. Feels odd. Everybody's overwatching that should be overwatching, right? Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was concerned about. There we go. Stiggy got him. Stiggy got him. Get in there, buddy. Get you some. It looks like they are going to fight for this position, by the way. BT dubs, it would appear to me that they are going to fight for these positions. And so I need to get... Essentially, I need my support character. I need him to be moved up to here so that he can be sitting in this spot right here. And he could be meditating and dropping lightning on them like every turn to either side that I need supported. Since we don't have flamethrowers, I'm relying almost entirely upon him to make this happen. Since they're back to back... I can get him to right there. He'll still have 4 AP left. It's right there. He'll still... Okay, so it's a bit too much. It's a bit too much. Still, I actually think I would rather start circumnavigating this position down here to the south than, like, digging in and trying to maintain the status quo here. I think that's probably a better plan for me. Making forward progress is always something that I admire, so perhaps we'll try and do that. With this gen over here, we're going to bring him up. With you, amigo, is there anything you can do for me over here? No? Ain't nothing, huh? Okay, so if you can't do anything for me, what I may attempt to do is back this up slightly, given Stigner's enormous AP pool. Let's have him shoot a couple shots here. But... that gives him, like, just enough space if that's a Broodlord. The landmine's the only reason we made it out of the last one. So we've got double ups right here. The nice thing is that along this way, the AI seems to have just been like, and shrugged its shoulders and given up. So... in sort of an interesting situation over here, we actually have the opportunity to make a rather large push towards the enemy's gate zone. Preferentially, what I would want to do is I would want to get both of my autocannons into this room, pointing down both these hallways, which would essentially make our position unassailable and permanently inaccessible for the enemy. We'd basically be winning at that point. But up until I can get into those superior positions... He's got 4, 5, so that's not going to be enough. So what I need to do for right now is if I want him to join up with this other position, actually that'll work.
With all due haste. Order confirmed.
Like, this guy should be able to cover him for anything that comes through here. I don't think we should have any major issues right there. If we do, bad things are going to happen and it's going to totally suck. But up until that point, okay, so that one right there. Is that going to zap my boy, though? It's hard to tell. I don't think it will. But if I can get him up into this corner, he's going to be infinitely more useful to me, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so is everybody... No, this guy's not. Okay, so that's why I always double check. That's why I always double check.
We face the foe again.
And actually...
Weapon at the ready.
This puts our VIP in kind of a weird spot. Ideally, what I would have liked is for him to move in here and plug the gap like we did over here, but we may have to like hold our breath and just hope this works. How about that? Everyone hold your breath together. Ooh, what are they doing right here? Well, to be fair, this was my hope on this side, so meditate, get you some points back, and then let me see what I can accomplish over here. Because we are going to need it, amigo. Did you overheat already? Oh, you ran out of ammo. Damn it. Okay, so that was my fault right there. That was big time my fault. Should have been paying better attention, and because I wasn't, we almost paid for it. Now on this side, we can clinch the winning move right there, and that's what we're gonna do. On this side, can we clinch the winning move? We cannot. Okay, but with that position strong right there, on the next turn we can have him flip around and overwatch this entire hallway, which will give him some added breathing room right here. A Broodlord can't get from there to there on the next turn, so we should be alright. Let's just assume for a few moments that the worst thing ever happens on this side. And that this is a Broodlord. I should have left a mine. No. Oh, a field generator. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so we got a field generator too. Did I drop lightning on anybody yet? I didn't. I think that's because I was planning on doing it over here, but I don't know. Let me move him over to here. And we'll see if there's any possibility of protecting the VIP. Essentially, you should be able to do this every single turn if his willpower is high enough. I think willpower has to be at about, like, 3, where you break even on hurricaning and meditating every single turn. Obviously, it's also a game of... Ooh, we're actually in a bit of a pinch right now. I wish you could modify. How come he's missing an extra bullet? That's weird. These two should be able to maintain down here, I think. And then I can actually move my librarian back in if need really be. I'll put him right there. We'll get that going. But for right now, we're within the firing lines, that's for sure. We're like there. We're almost there. So let me check everybody's positions again and make sure that everything's where I want it to be. And if it is... If we get ourselves a Broodlord right here, that's the big gambling factor that I personally would be worried about. Well, we're doing okay. We're not quite there yet, but we're almost there. So because this has now been capped, what I need is for him to step back like this. I need you to start working your way through here so that we can leave the bomb on the thingamadoobie. On this side, they didn't reinforce it all, which leaves us in scoring position right here as well. Which I will absolutely take. What do you have? A field generator? Okay, so with a field generator, let me meditate real fast. Get down with some of the Jesus speak here. And now that we've had a nice conversation with Imperial Jesus, I'm going to see what I can accomplish with a murderous storm. Not actually as much as I had hoped. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate, in fact. Because this side is not going to be looking so good in just a second. Alright, it's fine. It's not like a massive, sloppy, I can't stand this type deal. We've basically almost won. I need somebody to go down one of these hallways, though, and cap this centerpiece after. Actually, I could probably just send one of them, right? Let's just send one of them. We'll send one of them. We'll keep it nice and safe up here and try and make it so that our position can't be attacked. Ideally, what I probably should do is try and get somebody to this spot pointing backwards this way so that we hold all the chokes. Like if I could get these guys to right here on each of these lines, that would be about, it would be suitable. It would definitely be doable. He might die on this turn. It depends how good he shoots. It also depends how good he rolls if he ends up in melee. If he ends up in melee, I can still flush out this side. It's not that big of a deal. I was just hoping maybe he'd be able to shoot a lightning blast a little bit further than he was actually able to. How are you guys looking on heat? Last thing I need is for you guys to be like blowing up and killing everybody. I don't know what I want to do right now with it. I think one autocannon should be enough to hold this hallway, don't you? I think one autocannon should be enough. Let's try and get one of these autocannons into a more advantageous position. I think whoever said the autocannon was underpowered may have been sugar. Either that or it's been patched since launch. That's the two things, is that the time that I read that thread, it was around launch. So it may have been patched in, but for right now, it doesn't seem to be too bad. We have both of our scores in position. We're good to go. This flank right here is in trouble. This flank right here is in a little bit of trouble, but other than that, we should be okay, I think. Let's go! I was going to say, this is largely going to depend on this side, whether or not he's Broodlord proof or not. If a Broodlord decides to come knocking down while rocking around the Christmas tree, it's not going to be a fun day for us. I'm actually going to move him to right there. And you know what? This is like your game day right here. This is like all you. What I would prefer to do on, well, actually we've got people in position, so I'm not that worried about it. We kind of just have to like survive for the next couple turns. That's all we have to do. If we can make it about 5 more turns, we've got this thing in the bag. This mission, heavily RNG based, you got to make a lot of rolls in this mission, and eventually one of them is going to come down in a way that you don't want, and so you may actually end up replaying this a lot of times simply based on the fact that you can't get the roll that you want. I'm going to start moving people away from him. You know the rules, don't stand next to the guy who's explosive. I may also reconfigure you slightly. Librarian, I'm going to put him right there for now. If I can get them out of the line of fire, they'd be a lot better off. But it looks like it's going to take me a turn or so to make it happen. He should be able to buy that, though. If they move up in lines, he should be able to just annihilate them. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think our autocannons should have this covered. There's only 3 down here. I have nothing else to waste his ammo on, though, so if they continue to press that point, it's going to kind of suck for us. So, did it not require a special item? Does the special item have to make it to there? Or, like, how come the special item just seems to be... It doesn't disappear. The last couple of missions, after you use the very important item, they sort of, like, discard it right after that. They're like, okay, very important item used. Let's go. I tell you what, I love the way that thing gets rid of broodlords. Oh, he's about to go critical. Oh, he's out of ammo. Even better. That could not have been planned better. The autocannon actually seems like a pretty competent weapon. I don't know what people are talking about. It seems fine to me. I mean, it seems like it works out okay. It doesn't seem underpowered or lame to me. I suppose I probably could have tried it out earlier, but the autocannon seems to be pretty good business, actually, for getting rid of Xenos. I don't know. Alright, so we'll deactivate the fire control right there. The objective has been completed. We'll run over to here, and hopefully we can finish this thing off. Like, I don't know if we need the special item, so I'm going to bring the special item up over here, too, just in case. It's a singular hallway. Does it puff out at the end? Okay, so it does. It flares at the end. That's what I was worried about. For now, all we have to do is hold our position a little bit longer. It looks like you can reload as much as you want, so color me tickled. And have him go this way, and they actually don't have that big of a force that's ready to come after us right now. I think we could conceivably run into some minor issues over on that side. So I'm going to clear that out right now. And then I'm going to have him meditate. I should have been using my librarian like this the entire game. The first librarian that we built, Ask, I built him completely and totally wrong. Like, how much easier would some of the missions have been if I had built him like this guy, where he could just drop lightning every single turn. So every turn you get a massive AoE that kills like everything, you know what I mean? Like, that actually shifts the favor in your direction so substantially that I feel stupid for playing the entire game that way without it. Now that both of those are done, we're going to check everybody's firearms, make sure everybody's good. He's almost out of ammo, so I'm hoping that he will get to void his bullet sack in just a moment. There we go. I love that autocannon. I should have done this earlier. The autocannon seems like it's pretty good for carving your way through mobs if you need to. I was a little bit worried right there. They might be trying to force me into... Oh, God. Okay. A little late game push right here. I'm not that worried about it because we're in a really, really dominant position, so... I'm going to have him meditate again. His heat's going to go down. Drop a murderous hurricane just about anywhere that it'll get all these guys out of a hallway. There we go. And so they're up out of the hallway right now. Once again, though, I do have a very specific build for my autocannons. My autocannons are using the Storm of Iron ability, which gives them a 5% chance to hit. And they're also using Overwatch, which gives them plus 10% on Overwatch. So basically, you saw down here, they were shooting at doors with like 98% accuracy. So essentially, I think they have almost a 100% chance to hit, which is working out very, very well for us right now. They're getting everything on the first shot without having to worry about it, basically. I don't think there's actually anything in striking distance of him, but just in case there is, I'll have him step back by one. We're basically on the back end of this thing anyways. We just, all that's left to do is for us to sprint somebody down this hallway and get her done. And of course, I think I'm going to let the B team have this one. I'm going to let them bring it home at the end because I feel like they deserve it. I feel like it's something that they deserve. A little bit of lag going on right now, but it'll be alright because we're almost out of here. Okay, let's see what they do. That's actually pretty good right there. I would rather have a Broodlord plugging this up right here than anything else, so I'll take it. I will definitely take it. Oh, he's out of ammo. You only get one reload. Okay. Well, that's just in time then, because we're finished here. Oh, you only get 1 reload. Okay. It's a little bit sub-satisfactory. Not my favorite thing in the whole world that you only get 1 reload. I think the 1 reload is conducive if you play a fast-paced game like I do. People have said that my style of playing Space Hulk is actually very, very aggressive by comparison to most players, and that's because when I see an opening, I would rather take it now and make a risky roll than like risk having it close off. Essentially, in this game, it's not hard after you've played it for a little bit to see, like, within the course of a turn or two, you'll see a move that will be the winning move, and if you can clinch it, I'd rather take the dice roll on it than wait 10 more turns and just draw it out unnecessarily for another 35 minutes. I annoy people when I play Risk like that too, because I'd rather duke it out right now with a 50-50 chance than wait until I have like the maximum chance when you also might have the maximum chance somewhere else too. I'm an aggressive player. I'm actually an offensive driver too. Basically, I'm aggressive in most aspects of my life, actually. I'm a very, very, I wouldn't say opportunistic, because that sort of makes me sound sleazy. I think this shouldn't matter over here. Yeah, they're going to plug up behind him because he's going to move to there. Or there. Or there. Sometimes I feel like they move farther than they should. Let's get up in here and push that button. Now, are we going to get sucked into the warp with them? Because that worries me slightly. See, that's what I was worried about, is that you would need the thingamadoober in order to make this work properly. And now I've distended a lot of my forces in order to make this work. This is actually sort of bad. Since he's out of ammo, what kind of position can I get you into, Chief? Can I get you over to there? I can. Ooh, then do that. Okay. And now that he's there, in case he overheats, let's step this guy forward slightly so that we don't blow up like 100 people in one go. If he blows up that guy, it doesn't matter because, I think I should probably drop lightning behind this so that we can hold that point for as long as we can. Yep, so that's what I'm going to do. And now that we're already on Overwatch, just reload that bad boy, put him back on Overwatch, and let's continue. Oh, never mind. He's going to be 2 more turns, actually, is what it's looking like. Alright. Well, hopefully we've got the assault cannon bullets. If we doth not, this is going to get super crazy, super fast. Alright. Oh, you didn't get him on that turn. Okay. Alright, well, no complaints from me here at the Peanut Gallery. I'm deafening myself with the audio right now, but he's out of bullets too. I wonder if there's an extra skill like Incinerato or I've noticed that they patched that. It's actually, I guess the ability is supposed to be called Incinerator, but they forgot the R in the end and called it... Who do I have over here? I just have you two, huh? Well, this position is pinched. That I can say for certain. I can drop that right there. And then maybe get him into such a position as to defend these guys. Like maybe like so. Essentially, I'm going to keep his head on a swivel for a little bit. And we're going to try and protect these two so that they don't die now that they're out of ammo. I'm also going to reload him so he's good to go. Yeah, we got 2 more turns. 2 more turns. So we got this turn and the next one, and then we're out of here. Hopefully it doesn't bug out. I don't know. We've got, like, one of our chalice bearers is in the room, so I'm hoping that he manages to hold it down. Ooh. Close one right there. Wow, he actually critically failed over and over and over again. It doesn't matter, though, because we win. And there it is. From darkness to darkness. We did pretty well right there. Let's see if there's actually... It said we were done with the game after this mission, so I'm pretty sure Terminator Sergeant class has reached rank 2. Yeah, I don't use him very much. I kind of lean really, really heavily on my B team. But yeah, if you're going to use the assault cannon, I would strongly recommend that you play a very, very aggressive game, because you're not going to have the ammo to last the entire engagement. There's no way you're going to have the ammo to make it out the back end. You're going to have to, for smaller missions, I actually think the autocannon is superior. So in the earlier game, I would say the the assault cannon is superior to the flamethrower. For longer missions, I would say go with the flamethrower, except for the fact that it leaves you susceptible to nastiness happening. The Ultramarines Thunderhawk gunships barely escape from the Fortress of Desolation before the warp engines of the ancient Grand Cruiser at the Space Hulk's heart activate. You watch as the Space Hulk begins to move into the warp, the translation becoming an implosion that consumes the vessel, leaving behind a vortex of immaterial energy, ethereal lightning bolts lashing out at the Space Marine transports. Adamantium shutters slam down over viewports as your Thunderhawk bucks and strains against the extra-dimensional energy ravaging it. It's almost as though the ancient Space Hulk is trying to drag its executioners to their doom along with it. Eventually, the turbulence subsides, the warning lumens and klaxons shut off, and the calm returns. The shutters recede, and you look out once again. Where the Space Hulk was, there is only empty space. The Fortress of Desolation is no more. By your actions, Macraggy has been saved, and Ultramar once again stands impregnable. Alright, so there it is. We actually completed the campaign. From here on out, what we could do, I don't think they let you replay anything, but you could go play other campaigns from here if you wanted to. And in the future, if we end up doing that, I am going to keep my saves so that we can start with this team if we wanted to go do like the Blood Angels campaign, or if we wanted to finish the Space Wolves one, I guess. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here on this protracted, long-distance, well, actually, I don't know if protracted is the right word. Either way, we had a very, this actually turned out to be a lot more episodes than I expected, because we were just going to do one campaign, and we ended up actually playing like 1.75 campaigns. I will see you all later. I also want to thank Full Control for allowing me to play the game on YouTube and sending me a copy. Thank you very much for that. I hope that your game development goes well in the future, but please fix the performance in this game. That would be the one thing that I would add. Just please fix the performance. It would make me happy. I will see you all later. Take care, everybody, and hi-do.